one of AK's solo week. I've had a day, and I'm going to tell you about it as soon as we get back. Let's go. Welcome back to Solo Week with your boy AKJ coming to you live. It's like any other thing I say, as you know. But let me tell you about my day. You know, this is I'm going to show you a little bit of my truck. I got my phone, everything up there. So, this is my TV here. I'm in Arkansas right now. Yeah, I'm in, Hardy, Arkansas. In the hills somewhere in Arkansas. I had to stop at a gas station that I thought was actually a gas station, but it's like a little corner gas station that I had to be like literally on the side of the road. So I've done that before in Texas, so I ain't really tripping. But I was just like, I didn't want to be in the way because it's a big ass truck, you know, at this little small ass gas station right here. In Hardy, Arkansas. But, you know, like, it took me literally 3 hours to even leave Springfield. And let me tell you why. So I started my day at 3 o'clock in the morning. I wake up, do my pre-trip, you know, for all the truck drivers who know what that is. Bus drivers, all that. They know what the pre-trip is. It's just different between on what you drive. So I get out. All I had at the time was my bobtail, and I want to close this up. I'm in a part of the town. We don't take no niggers here. Like the only black person, I lock out my doors. You know, I ain't want to die. You know, my first day. You know, everybody gonna hear it. I heard it was a nigger in town. I hope. It's a joke. Let it go. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I do my pre-trip. I get back. That's my TV. Where was I? I wake up at 3, do my pre-trip, hop back in my truck, and I bobtail down to Prime. Pick up my first trailer, which I still have right now, and I take it to its first location, which is in Springfield. So I get inside. I get up to, mind you that my truck already needs air in like almost every single tire. I get to the place where people at Prime, I'm talking about the lineup. I get to the lineup. I get in there. You know, they gotta do their shenanigans, and they gotta do what they gotta do to the trailer, make sure it's good. And then I go on my way. That takes me about 30 minutes to get through there. I get out. I head to my location, which is literally down the street from where I picked it up, which is the caves. If you are a driver, you know what the caves are. So I get in the truck, I go down to the caves. First, I don't know what I wrote down, but the address that I wrote down was nowhere near where I was supposed to be going. Well, it was like right next to it, but I was so damn confused. I drove up to where to the caves, but I'm thinking it's an address. It said the comp. So I'm going up to the comp, looking at and it says arrival. I looked and it said it's to your left. So I looked to my left, nothing but dirt road in the house or like a little shed that's right there. So I'm saying, I know this can't be true. This cannot be where I'm delivering at. And then I look up the street, like literally, right over there, like right next to it is a cave. I'm looking at the caves, like that can't be it either. So here's what I did. Here's what Smart AKJ did. I took my truck down to the caves, looked at the address, made a left to where the cave entrance is, went down the hill, made a right, and made a U-turn all the way back up the hill. And then I made it. Then I went down, but went out the exit and went down to the come and go. Sat there. So I'm just looking like, So what I do again, I get in my truck and I go back up to the same spot. I say something ain't right. So I look at my load assignment again. I look at the address. Turns out what I wrote down was nowhere near on what I had for my load assignment. So I don't know what number I came up with. I don't know what even possessed me to even write that number down, but I wrote it down. For what reason? I don't know. Man, I don't know why I do 10 times the things that I do. It's just I do it. Why? I don't know. But it turns out it was a cave. So I go to the caves, I go down, I turn back in. Usually, I had my trainer with me, so he usually knows where to park. But he told me, I called him, I asked him what the fuck was I doing? He told me exactly where to go, and I forgot everything he had said, as usual. So, dehydration. So, I go down to the caves, I park in the middle. I park in the middle of the lane, get out my truck, which is then I drive past the guard shack, and I park right in the middle of just everything. Get out my truck, go to the guard shack. I sign in, which he was asleep. Dude was asleep when I walked in. Like he was trying, you know how you at work, you trying to. Like you trying to look like you're doing your job. This is what he was doing. I walked in, hey, how you doing, sir? So I didn't say nothing about it. I've done that before. I've done a at work before. So I didn't say nothing about it. He literally told me everything I need to know. He told me to go wait till 5 o'clock because that's my appointment time was 5 o'clock. So he told me to wait till 5 o'clock. And I go park on where the trucks are. They call me at 5. They tell me to come down to the cave. So I'm driving down there. First of all, the cave is beautiful. I'm like, damn. I was like, oh, okay. It's what Springfield got, caves and shit. And so I'm driving down, and it's lanes and shit, and cars coming out over here, and it was just a lot going on. And so I had followed, they told me to go to door 8, well, building 8. I'm like, it's a building in the cave? I'm like, damn. So I go down to the building 8. It's a guy here waiting for me. He says, hey, are you 8K? Now, this is what the guy told me. The guard check earlier. This is what he told me. Forgot it. I was like, I don't know. Maybe. He said, yeah, just go to gate 8 and go inside and check in. So I went to gate 8, parked beautifully. Yeah, parked beautifully and back beautiful. I thought that it was just a lot going on. back beautifully into the to the gate. To the door. Sit there, get all that done. Now here's where my day just went. So I leave there. I get my next little assignment. So I take my trailer. I go to Prime. I go back to Prime. I get a washout, and then go back to the lineup. And then they do some more work to the trailer. Like what is wrong with this trailer that needs this much work? Like, should I be driving this trailer? Because every time I came to this lineup, which is literally like 10 minutes apart, y'all doing some work on this trailer. So let me know something. Let me know something. What's going on? So anyway, I take the trailer to go do my pickup. And guess where the pickup is? In the exact same place. Just on the other side of the cave. I go to the cave, show up, I back in beautifully, as I say. I get loaded. They said they need a load lock, which is I have one, but it has a lock on there that I don't have the key to, so I had to get that one broken into so I can get that lock. And we'll put more up there too. Put more load locks up there. I'm gonna get that when I get back to Springfield. Go back to Springfield and get my shit. I forgot what I was talking about. Fuck. Oh, yeah. And they said, don't worry about it. Just be easy. I've been on basically back roads since I got off the highway. It's crazy. So I leave. I had tried to find like a scale close by. So I go down 9 miles down the highway to a Pilot scale. Turns out I only got like one car right now. So turns out the car I'm trying to use doesn't work. So I have to go figure out something else. So then I get back in my car. Back in the truck. He met my dispatchers, like figure out what's going on, and he told me to go call this hotline. Then they tell me to go back to Prime and scale. I drive all the way back to Prime and scale. And guess what? I get back to Prime. Guess what they do? More work on the trailer. More work on the trailer. I'm like, okay. So I wait for them to get done with the trailer. Then I go out, come right back in on the scale, get my scale numbers, pull back out, park on the side there. My scale numbers in the Qualcomm car. Coming to find out that I'm overweight. So then I panic. And then I panic. And then I tell him now, he said like, well, he asked me questions. I'm like saying, I use Prime thing. He's like, no, Prime, you can't use Prime. I'm like, okay. So I went back to the scale. Scaled again. No. I went back to the scale, took some money out my ATM that I paid for personally, and gave them cash. Got the scale, and then took that, drove back to the come and go, and where I had slid my tandems. Cause I had to call my trainer, like because my dispatch told me to go back and rework the load. I didn't have time for that, so I had called my trainer. He just said slide the tandems. So I'm like, okay, bam. So I went to the come and go, slid my tandems, asked for a little help because this guy next to me who talked my ear off. And I was in a rush, but I think that he helped me. Got back in my truck, went back to the cat scale that's at the Pilot, got that, and then I was cool. But before I left, I got me some Wendy's. I love Wendy's. That's fire. Got in. And made myself get out here. That literally took me 3 hours just to happen. 3 hours just to fill up all that. 3 hours. So that was my day. That was my day. Alright guys, before I end, I like to give it a little uplift, so it's called, this section is called AKJ's Uplift. And my uplifting message to you is a quote that I heard from the Prime Minister. Well, he's like the Speaker of the House in England. He had said a dope quote that I never forgot, and I always use it to this day. He said, Lincoln once observed that all men can withstand adversity. But if you want to test a man's character, give him power. It's your boy AKJ coming to you live. I'll see you next time.